Now I'm going to bring on my next special guest. She's an artist. And Amakiasu, now she's going to beat me up if I mispronounce her name, but Amakiasu, welcome to the show.
Oh, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. You sound great. Thank you. Good morning.
Okay, good morning. My name is Amakiasu.
Amakiasu. I want you to go back and get William and tell him he gave me the wrong pronunciation of your William Maxwell is the one who introduced us, and I thank him for he's really like a serial networker. He's always putting people together and making sure that we are out here connecting like we should. And so I want to thank him for that. So I'm gonna forgive him for giving me the wrong pronunciation of your name. Quickly, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about yourself. Amakiasu.
Oh, goodness, that's a big question. It's a broad question. I spent most of my life as a teacher,
Oh, okay.
and I ended it as a garden educator and loved that.
Wait a minute.
And I discovered I loved writing, sort of in that, somewhere in there. And I began writing children's books and some other things that are yet to be published. So I'm a new author, I'm a new writer, and I'm looking forward to a new career in writing.
What is a garden educator? What is that?
I taught children all about gardening.
What?
I had a camp program with a premier urban ag outfit in Atlanta, and I taught teachers as well, trained teachers who had school gardens and that kind of thing.
All right.
Yeah. Teach people how to grow food.
Let me ask you this. Is this your first book?
This is my first book, yes.
I'm going to tell you something. Let me warn you. When you write that first book, there's a bug that bites you. You just start writing and writing. I know it took me forever to write my first book, but right after I wrote the first one, I was on to the next one. So just know that there's another one coming out of you probably sooner than you expect.
I can feel it. I see it. It's there.
So what inspired you to write this one?
Oh, wow. Well, I was going through a tremendous heartache, to be totally open and honest about it. This book was prompted by my attempt and desire to, quote unquote, save myself.
Okay.
I was in a relationship that was beautiful. It was good. I just knew it was going to last forever. I hadn't been married that long, maybe 5 years. And my husband and I agreed that he would go to his hometown because he just really felt that's where he needed to be. Mm-hmm. It was a bad time for me, and I said, well, I'll join you in a year or so.
Right.
But that's not what he had in mind.
No.
And I was devastated. So through that devastation, I had to find a way to be all right. And that process involved me basically tapping into the deepest part of myself, my spiritual self. And I referred to all my books, my spiritual books. I've been, a student of quote-unquote spirituality for a long time, since college. And I took those books and I started reading them. I knew that I could do better than what I was doing because I was just so distraught. I was distraught, and I knew that I had to do better. That's the journey. That's the journey.
I've heard, and it's not like you're confirming that most books are the result of some type of life experience, either joy, pain. And it's not like you're confirming that. I've heard that many times. I know when I wrote my first book, I'd been working for a company a long time, and we parted ways, and I decided to go out here and do it on my own, and it inspired me to start writing. So it's usually some event that sparks us.
Yes. You have some impetus, something that really kind of energizes you and moves you forward that you didn't have before.
Are there any artists that you particularly admire that may have been an inspiration for you?
Well, I don't know that any of my favorite authors inspired the format of this book or the book itself, but I love people like Toni Morrison, Nikki Giovanni, Alice Walker. There's so many, Maya Angelou. Oh my gosh, there's so many wonderful Black women authors. I guess that's what I'm focusing on right now. But yeah, I love those writers.
We're listening to author Amakiasu Turpin-Howze.
Amakiasu.
And her book is, tell us the name of your book again.
Buried Treasure, Unearth Your Golden Soul.
And if you have a question for the author, call us at 1-800-450-7876. 1-800-450-7876. We're broadcasting live from Radio 1 95.9 FM in the Washington, D.C. area. And we have our special guest. And we have some people on the line who are sitting over there well wishes. I see Brother Gerald Brown of the Fraternity Plumbing. I see Idea Gear, William Maxwell. I see Attorney Bradley Thomas, who's chiming in. I see George Jackson. And thank you all for tuning in this morning. And if you have a question for our guests, call us at 1-800-450-7876. Now, are there any underlying lessons in your book that you might share with the audience?
I certainly hope so. That is why I wrote the book. I took notes on those books that I set aside for myself. And when I finished taking notes, I looked at them and I was like, wow, these are great. These could help somebody else. And so I only had the book published so that it could be shared with others who might benefit from it.
Okay.
The overarching concept of the book is that we are more than flesh and bone.
Wow.
And even though most people will say, yeah, that's true, we get caught up in our daily lives to an extent that we forget our spiritual core, our divine nature. And therefore we're not tapped into, supreme intelligence, divine creativity. All those things are really, we're representatives of God.
Amen.
That's who we are. We're representatives of the divine. And we often, that kind of gets buried. I mean, it just gets buried under the day-to-day. And I realized when I was going through, this heartbreak, this devastation, that I had to tap into my spirituality, or else I was just going to be a hot mess for a long time.
Well, I'll tell you, your book sounds intriguing. Unearth Your Golden Soul, Buried Treasure. Well, let me ask you this. If somebody wants this book, I'm sure somebody out there in the audience would be inspired and motivated and would like to get their hands on this book. So tell us how somebody can get this book so they can start reading it.
Okay, so my website is www.splendentbook.com. Splendent, 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 splendentbook.com, and that will lead the readers to the website. So I can say that it is available on Amazon, Balboa Press, the publisher, and Barnes & Noble.
All right.
The main platforms.
Well, I'm going to thank you. As a matter of fact, when I get off the air, I'm going to go ahead and order my copy. And in the spirit of your journey, and in the spirit of Black Business Month, I'm just making it my own personal journey, my own personal ambition this month to support as many Black businesses as I can. So you're going to have at least one more book sale this week as soon as I get off the air. So thank you again, and thank you, and I'll be in touch, and I'm going to be sending people to the directory to buy your book. And thank you, and much success on your journey.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Miss Amakiasu, Turpin-Howze. She's an author. Glad to have her on the show this morning. And thank you again for tuning in today. This is the Marketing Pulpit radio show. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host. We are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. We bring you the good marketing gospel. And in the spirit of Black Business Month, go out here and support a Black business. Go out here and support takes on many countenances. You can go to their website page. You can like their website. You can share their website. Go to their social media accounts. Like and share. Tell somebody. If you don't need the service, refer them to somebody who might need that service. So we as a community have to come together to make this Black Business Month stand for something. Don't just do it though on August. Do it every month of the year. Get out here and support these Black businesses. And I support the people who have been tuning in. Thank you again. And thank you for the people who made the Marketing Pulpit show the successful show that it has been for the past 13 years. And I could not have done it without you and your support. So what we're going to do, we're going to log out next month.